What's up, all you minties? This is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition, and today I'm going to do an advanced overview of the Avengers Epic Collection, this Beachhead Earth. So, please stay tuned. And welcome back, everybody. Now, before I get started, I do want to give a huge shout out to the folks at Marvel and David Gabriel for sending us an advanced copy of this Epic Collection. This book is due out on July 29th in the direct market, meaning places like cheap graphic novels, Tales of Wonder, in-stock trades, and of course comic book stores. So this is the 5th Avengers Epic Collection, and here's the spine. So here are the spines of other Avengers Epic Collection. They are keeping it green, although this one here seems to be a little more vibrant with the green. I'm not sure if you can tell on video, or maybe it's because I've had these for years. So love the way that these line up on a bookshelf. They are wonderful and the greatest way to own these, unless of course you compare them to the omnibus format, which is what I was gonna do, because these stories in here were previously collected in the Avengers Omnibus Volume 3 and Omnibus Volume 4. So if you had those, you already have these. But I do this because I know some of you all only get Epic Collections or only get books in trade paperback format because you're not a fan of big books. So let's go ahead and open this up. Like I mentioned in my previous video, I love that these titles are getting smaller and smaller because we have so many Epic Collections. Here's all the Avengers Epic Collections, and I realize some of these are out of print. Again, here's your credits. So you have Roy Thomas, of course, he's the main writer during this time. Harlan Ellison, one of my favorite novelists, also writes a couple of stories. Mainly, it's the Hulk crossover event. You have the Big John Buscema, his brother Sal Buscema, and of course Neal Adams, because we are going to be talking about the Kree-Skrull War. And let's not forget these wonderful folks down here, like our collection editor, Corey Settlemeyer, the book designer, Nickel Design Works, and then the color and art restoration by Mike Kelleher and Kellustrations. And of course, Jeff Youngquist and David Gabriel. So let's take a look in here and talk about the stories collected in this particular Epic Collection. So this collects issues 77 through 97 and then Incredible Hulk 140. So you have returning characters like, of course, Manape, who is M'Baku in the movies. And let's see what else here. We do have the origin of T'Challa later on, which is the origin of Black Panther. We have the Lethal Legion, is that what they were called? Oh yeah, and the first appearance of Red Wolf. This is Talltree. William Talltree, I think. That Red Wolf. Because during this time, Stan Lee and Roy Thomas had decided to do more diverse characters, more minorities in the Avengers. And we have this Femme Fatale team right here. The Lady Liberators that were introduced in this very page is of Avengers here. So I wanted to go back here a little bit because this is where we are also introduced to the Lethal Legion. This has characters like the Grim Reaper, Power Man, Living Lacer, Swordsman, and of course Manape. They all team up and try to fight the Avengers. Of course, try, and are completely unsuccessful. So by now you're seeing the two brothers, Sal and Big John, switching, going back and forth. John does a couple of issues, 2 or 3, and then Sal steps in for fill-in art. And it works wonderfully. By the way, this is also this Beachhead Earth. Some of you all had mentioned, emailed me and reached out to me. They were like, is there any way that Marvel could switch that to the Kree-Skrull War? And I remember specifically saying, yeah, I don't mind reaching out to them. But I'm pretty sure they're going to say no. And I remember reaching out to David. I'm like, hey, people were wondering if you could switch the name to the Kree-Skrull War. And he flat out said, no, we already have so many trade paperbacks, oversized hardcovers with that title already. We wanted to make this a little bit different. But the Kree-Skrull War is collected in here. Actually, I think, yes, right here is the origin of Black Panther. It's a little like the movie, if you've seen the movie. Although the movie does change some things. A lot of things. And here's the crossover with the Hulk, with Jarella, and this is the stuff that has Harlan Ellison was doing the plot. Roy Thomas was doing the dialogue. So he also did the plot for the, what was it, issue 88 of Avengers? Yeah, this one here. And then begins the Kree-Skrull War saga. So kicking it off with Avengers 89. This is Sal Buscema. And then, of course, later on, we get to the Neal Adams artwork. And then, of course, Big John finishes it out. Let's see here. So, to me, I think this is one of the earliest events. As far as, like, a big, epic event. I know there was a... Well, let me see here. I know there was the Avengers Defenders War, but I think this one here had such a bigger impact on the books for years to come. So yes, it all starts with the 3 Cows Shot Me Down, which is a cover later for another trade paperback. Right here, this by far is what made me, I remember as a kid reading this is what made me a Neal Adams fan. That angle, the close-up of the face. I was just blown away by somebody's artistic ability to do that. And honestly, it looks really good here. As you can see, the book is laying down pretty flat. It's 504 pages, so that's pretty damn good for an epic that big. Here's wonderful Neal Adams artwork. Can't wait to see what we have in the back. I love when in the back they throw in all the extras, like original art, original covers that, you know, somebody has either scanned or taken pictures of. But yeah, Neal Adams did most of this stuff. Most of this stuff in the Kree-Skrull War. He didn't get to finish it out, though. And if you've never read it, God bless, was it really 1971? I'm not going to spoil how this ends, but there is a war, and Earth is pretty much the battleground at first. Here's the reintroduction of some of the Inhumans here. Because we take a break from the big event that's going on up there to do this little story, and then the Avengers go to space. I love this cover. Yeah, we're just... Vision is letting loose on it. Oh, such a badass cover. It's Rick Jones being Rick Jones, and of course that wonderful ending. But like I said, Neal Adams doesn't finish out the run. It's actually Big John that finishes out the artwork. Now let's look back here at the extras in the back. We have the King Size Special Avengers. These are just covers with reprints inside. That's an annual. This is the Mighty Avengers Special number 5. Most of those are reprints. House ads. That's a self-portrait. It's of Big John Buscema. It's an artist self-portrait. That's really cool. I've never seen that. Original covers. Oh, hell, we got some Neal Adams. That's cool. Oh, my gosh. To own some of this original artwork. That would be so... Oh, that's my favorite... Oh, that's... Oh, man, that is freaking awesome. I wonder who owns that. That is my favorite page from the Avengers storyline. That is so cool. Some more Neal Adams. It's insane to see somebody's art look like that. Like, especially when you compare it, and it's unfair to compare it to other artists from the time, but just how complex it is, the amount of detail that goes into his artwork. Man. See what else we got. We have the Kree-Skrull War starring the Avengers. These are special editions. These were reprints that had a front and back cover, and these are done by Bob Budiansky. And then the prologue was pretty much a 7-page recap of what happened in Avengers 89 through 92. So they kicked it off with Avengers 93, this Beachhead Earth. There's, yeah, the 3 Cows Shot Me Down, Help Me. Yeah, this is that cover I was talking about by Neal Adams from the original trade paperback that I think most of us owned. And then the other trade paperback back here. Like I said, 504 pages of awesome Avengers tale. Probably the biggest selling point being the Kree-Skrull War. But to me, I just did a read. I read these last year, I think, or maybe 2 years. Whenever Volume 4 came out was when I started reading these stories. Because that's where... they were, oh yeah, and it's also got the Squadron Sinister, the return of those characters. Yeah. Who, of course, later on, show up in Squadron Supreme. But that is Avengers Epic Collection Volume 5, This Beachhead Earth. Now, you can purchase this book when it comes out on July 29th from our sponsor, CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online home for brand new graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off the cover price. Cheap Graphic Novels prides itself on packaging your books so they arrive safely and in excellent condition, as well as prompt and helpful service. And check out their bargain bin for even greater deals up to 90% off cover price. And for you Minties, Cheap Graphic Novels is running a special promotion. If you're a first-time customer, let them know you were referred by Near Mint Condition at the checkout, and you'll receive a credit for free shipping on your next order. Now, this is only for U.S. customers. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discounts, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. And that was it. That was the contents of the book and the page count. Let me know in those comments down below if you're picking up the Avengers and Epic Collection, if you're getting the Omniboo, or if you're waiting for some of these epics to come back into print. I'd love to know all those comments down below. Again, this was the Uncanny Omar. Thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet, and ring that bell for notifications to let you know when our videos are going live. We can be found on Patreon and Redbubble. All of that information is in the description down below. And more importantly, please everybody stay healthy, stay safe, and much love to all of you.